Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another 10-minute evening chill yoga flow with Alexandra. Today, we are going to be working on just a lower body relaxation that powers up the muscles but also helps us release a lot of tension. So, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start at the bottom of our mats, and we're going to bring the big toes together with the heels slightly apart, and we're going to roll the palms forward, shoulders down and back. We're going to breathe in that core, make sure everything is nice and tall, and we're going to stand in our mountain pose just to find some grounding and take a couple deep breaths just to start here. Feeling all parts of our body engage with the ground, using gravity as our best friend today. Continuing our breath, sending energy through the fingers and up through the crown of the head. Making sure we're maintaining that breath. We're going to soften the knees, and on the inhale, sweeping the arms behind us and up to the sky, looking at the thumbs. We're going to swan dive, exhale down, all the way to our forward fold. Maybe we can walk the knees out just a little bit, drop the head, move our body back and forth, adding a little movement wherever we feel. Making sure with every inhale we lengthen the spine, every exhale we drop just a little bit more. Couple more deep breaths here, releasing tension through the crown of the head. And on the inhale, we're going to do flat back, long spine. And exhale down, we're going to find a high plank, squeezing the center, elongating the legs and the spine. And we're going to come down all the way to the belly through chaturanga, placing the tops of the feet on the mat. And we can come up to a cobra here. So only the heart raises, legs stay flat on the ground. Breathing through the crown. Raising that heart towards the sky. And on the exhale, let's bring ourselves down. And on the inhale, we're going to press again, up through, all the way to upward facing dog, lifting ourselves off the floor, keeping those legs off if we can help it, and rising the face up towards the sky. Really pressing into the palms. Deep breaths here. And on the exhale, we're going to tuck those toes under and send those hips back for a downward facing dog. Here again, we can add movement. We can bend the knees, walk out the feet. Press those hips up. See if we can rotate the sits bones all the way up through to the sky. Every inhale, we're connecting, finding space in our lungs. On the next inhale, we're going to stretch that right foot all the way to the sky, pointing the toe. And if we like, we can drape it over to the left side. So we're opening up the hip, really giving that low back a nice twist. And breathing here. Maintaining the connection between palms and feet. On the next inhale, we're going to bring that knee up through and place it down for our runner's lunge. So we want to make sure we have a straight spine here, pressing into the palms, really stretching that heel on the left leg back to get a nice long stretch here. If we need a little bit more, we can take both hands, put them to the left side of our leg and drop down. Only what feels good for our own bodies today. And on the next inhale, we're going to come back up to our runner's lunge if we're not already there. Bring that right leg back. And we're going to find a chaturanga here. So find our plank, drop down to the belly. Inhale all the way up to upward facing dog, face to the sky. And exhale, tucking those toes, pressing back into downward facing dog. Taking note of any changes that we might feel here. Walking those legs out again, adding movement where we feel. And on that next inhale, we're going to do the other side. So inhale here, bringing that left leg all the way up to the sky, pointing the toes. And if we feel good, we can drape it over to the other side. Finding a nice low back twist, maintaining connection in the palms and that right foot. Taking a nice deep breath here. And let's exhale, bringing that knee, squeezing it up through between the palms and placing the foot down for our runner's lunge. From here, still keeping that spine nice and long, bringing that foot, the right foot, that heel down to the mat, elongating the legs. And if we need a little bit more, we can place both arms to the side and lower down to the forearms. This is a really nice hip opener. So maintaining our breath here, finding some space in that hip, keeping that spine nice and long. And when we're ready, we're going to come back up to both hands to runner's lunge. We're going to take that left foot back, finding our high plank, and we're going to roll through chaturanga, placing the belly on the ground, pushing up through to upward facing dog. And exhale, tucking the toes, pressing back into downward dog one more time. Walking those legs out, noticing any differences in our body connection, maybe in our thought process. Hopefully we have a little bit more relaxation here. Feeling our own zen. And when we're ready, we're going to drop down all the way to the knees, letting them hang wide open. And we're going to press our hips back for child's pose. Really resting here, allowing the face and the jawline to soften. Breathing some life into the hips. Maybe stretching those fingers all the way forward to the top of the mat. This is our time for reflection, relaxation, allowing gravity just to help us release all of our muscles, do as little work as possible. And when we're ready, we're slowly going to come back to reality, taking our time. We're going to come up to all fours and find a nice comfortable seat right on our knees. We can rest our hands right on top of our thighs. Get nice and comfy here. And just take a couple more moments to ourselves to allow for some peace and silence